Kyusha style tuning. Today's episode we're going to continue with the Carina project. We're going to do some body polishing, see if we can get some of these paint defects out. So as you can see, the paint isn't in that bad a condition. There's a few little scratches and swirl marks here and there. Considering the age of the actual paint and the condition it was in when we found it, it's not all that bad. On closer inspection of this actual front section along the leading edge of this bonnet where the rust is, it looks like it has actually been repaired before, because I can see a halo of 80 grit scratch marks actually in the clear coat, so it'll go all the way around there. So that's obviously down to bad prep. So I don't know if they're going to come out, because it looks like it's actually under the clear. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll have a go, see if we can improve it a little bit. But I think it's definitely going to have to be repainted at some point. Right, the first thing I want to do is have a look at this front bumper, see if I can improve this repair a little bit, make it look a bit better and a bit neater. So it's been done by somebody at a garage at some point with the wrong colour paint. But a lot of this will probably buff out and make it look a lot nicer just by giving it a good polish, I think. Okay, let's dig out the old 3M polishing system and we'll have a go. Okay, so I've actually wiped the car down all over with the Auto Finesse Quick Detailer, just remove any dust from the panels. So I'm going to first start with the 3M Fast Cut Plus, which is a body shop cutting compound. This hopefully should remove any of this old paint. With the 3M green pad, which is relevant to the actual paste, on my Silverline polisher. It's just a rotary polisher, it's not an orbital. So I'll have a bit of polish on the actual panel. Moisten the pad with a little bit of water. Let's see what we can do. Can see straight away, just here it's removed the old touching paint, and I think that looks much better than that there. So I can continue that all the way along. I'll be quite happy. Yeah, there's some paint missing here and there, but little marks, but on the whole that's a hell of a lot better than that. So I'm just going in with a little bit of 1500 just to remove as much as I can actually first. So I don't want to burn the paint because it's getting close to burning it just here. It's down to primer there, I think. That's okay. Really could do with a full repaint on this bonnet, on this bumper. Might even try and get some of the actual correct paint colour and touch all this back in. See if I can improve it a little bit more than it is now, because I'm sure I can do a better job than that. It's only a 1500 grit this, but it's nice and gentle. It will go through eventually. If it does, it's no great shakes, because it does need painting. Okay, give it another go with the polisher, see if I can improve it a little bit more. Not bad. Still chipped, still marked, just looks better than that looks slightly touching. Do this section next. Again, I'll repeat the process, bit of wet and dry, and buff it back up. There is stress cracks all the way along here by the look at it. A massive big dent there as well, so that's all going to have to be flattened out and painted. But again, that'll have to be a bumper off job. a proper paint. It's quite a bad one now, I think. I don't know if all that's going to come out. It's down to the actual plastic there, and you can feel there's an actual dent. I'm just erasing the actual touch-up colour as best I can. So I'd rather see a few little battle scars like this. Little chips and marks and stone chips, then paint just thrown on here. It looks ugly. Alright, get some of that out there as well. Again, it's a completely different colour to that blue. To knowing Toyota, there's probably about 4 or 5 different variants to this colour. I'll get a bit of tape on that before I polish that area, I think. Just mask off the front of the grill, just so I don't actually burn this face with the actual edge of the polisher. Yeah, I think it's better. Yeah, there's marks in it, but it's much better than that. Paint splats all over it. Okay, I'm going to tackle this big one here. This one's quite bad. It is actually right down to the plastic, but I'm going to see if I can remove the paint around it and see if I keep the paint in the middle of it. But I'm not too worried if it does actually break all the paint off. See what we can do. A little bit of 1500. And just clean up around the edges of the actual dent. I'm just using the actual tip of the 1500. I'm just folding it into a little square. I'm using this little point here, almost like an eraser, just to try and remove that touching paint. Because it probably is just base coat. I don't think there's any clear on that at all. It's just coming off really easy. Just gently remove it like that around the edge. It's obviously driven into a post or something at some point, or something's reversed into it. Could even be a towing hook. That'll be better. Okay, just a bit there. A bit more water. Just going to remove a little bit more on this area here. See if I can remove that one and that one. I think I'll just see if I can get that one out as well. Yeah, I know it's still chipped and marked, but it just detracts your eye away from that splattering of paint all along it. I think that looks a lot better. The lower bumper I'm just going to give a good hand wax and hand polish. Still chips all along here. I can see if I can get a better touch in, see if I can actually touch these in properly. Not with a brush, but with a needle or a cocktail stick. As the actual main panels like the bonnet and the wings etc. aren't in that bad condition, just a few light swirls etc. I'm just going to go in with the yellow waffle head. I'm going to start using the Maguire's Ultimate Polish, which is great for pre-waxing etc. And it also has a slight filler in it, so it fills little small fine swirls and marks etc. Before I started I wiped all the panels down with a Finale Quick Detailer just to remove any dust. So I'm going to use the yellow waffle head and the Maguire's Ultimate Polish. Centralise the pad, press it with a little bit of water, a bit of polish. Spread that around the panel. What you want to do is use like a cross-hatching action, like a hashtag on a low speed. Pretty much like that, just in one section at a time. Then you wipe off with a clean cloth, which I haven't got, so bear with me 1 second. There we go. Just wipe that off. Already it's bringing out the swirls, scarring. Much nicer. Feels really nice. Okay, so I'm going to do this section next, and then we'll do the other 2/4 of the bonnet. Start your machine on the panel so you minimise any product sling. Wipe off all your excess. Not bad at all. Okay, I'll give you a quick closer look. Fractions are a lot deeper. The marks are out of there. Scratch mark there, see if I can get that out in a sec. Not bad. So I've pretty much repeated the process all over the front of the car and the doors. Hasn't come out too bad at all. I'm now going to give it a coat of spray wax. First, I think I'm going to see what I can do with this mirror because it's a little bit faded. See if I can't buff it up with the same polish. So again, I'm going to use the yellow waffle head. And Maguire's Ultimate Polish. They're not painted, these mirrors, they're just plastic, so hopefully this should bring the shine back. Oh yeah, it's more like it. Okay, I'll do this by hand, this bit here, then I'll do the other mirror, and start cleaning the glass, and then a coat of wax. So been away around the car, polished it all up, cleaned all the glass, finished it off with the Auto Finish Glisten spray wax, pretty good stuff. There's a nice coat of wax on there. I'll probably get a paste wax at some point, just give it a bit more protection. But yeah, not too shabby, quite nice. Quite happy with the way it's come out. Some marks still in there, some scratches and marks. still in the paint, but I don't think it's too bad for a car that's nearly 30 years old. This one, I'm going to get it outside, have another look around it, and make plans to do the door shuts and the wheel trims. So there we go, all outside. Doesn't look too bad. I think the front bumper looks a lot better than it did. Still got some marks and chips and scrapes in it, but that's to be expected without full paint. The paintwork's come out quite nice. I have just noticed though, as I put this back on the driveway, we have a trail. It looks like I've got a massive brake fluid leak. You can see that damp patch on the exhaust, just dripping down there. So that's another problem that's got to be fixed. So all the cosmetic stuff is nearly done on the outside now. Now it's going to be all the mechanical stuff, brakes, removing rust from underneath. But other than that, it's doing great. So on the next video I think I'm probably going to tackle the door shuts and have a look at the brake leak. So I think these door shuts are probably going to clean up quite nice. Look of it. Let's have a look at the brake fluid actually. Yeah, really low. Great. This hasn't got far to go to the lockup. So I'll get it back in there and we'll think about that at a later date. Oh, nice little trail. Excellent stuff. More work. Well, these old cars do seem to bite you a bit. I'm happy with what I've done today. Got a bit of paintwork polished up. I think it's come up quite nice. Left a bit of wax there, just get rid of that. So the next stage I'm going to do a little bit more cosmetic stuff and investigate the actual brake pipes, see where it's leaking from. So if you've liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe. I hope I'll see you on the next one. Cheers!